guys, it's Gypsy at the Paper Lion. Welcome back. I am going to be doing kind of like a little craft along with me today. What I'm going to be using is a little quick planner from the Dollar Tree, actually. So this will actually probably be in the crafting on a budget tutorial playlist as well. But anyway, welcome back, guys. If you're new here, please please consider subscribing, hitting the notification bell to be alerted for when I bring out new videos, guys. Welcome back to my current subscribers and my new subscribers. I thank you guys for being here. Love each and every one of you. Today, what we're going to be doing is just kind of giving a little life. This is actually one that I'm going to be using for my personal business next year because it's 25, 26. But I figured, hey, let's decorate it a little bit, and I might as well bring you guys along with me. This one is actually partially inspired by a video that I saw from Natasha at Treasure Books. Last night, she was doing a little bit of something similar, but she was doing like mass making 30 little mini journals. But I'm like, we're going to use this and we're just going to jazz it up a little bit. But anyway, so basically some of the techniques that she was using, I am going to try to use in this one. So I've got some paper to cover my insides because they're plain. I'm just going to cover the inside here. And then I got something to go across the front. I'm going to be using a music page from that. I was using this in my last video. It was here, so I decided to go ahead and go with it. And then a large die cut. It's more on the thick side. I'm going to be using some Chanel ribbon, some tape, a hole punch like this, and also a hole punch like this. I'm going to be using some cordage. And I am going to be using some wire, and I'll show you why I'm using that wire a little bit. Of course, there's going to be glue, and you'll probably need your scissors if you don't have a cutting tool. But anyway, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. The first thing we're going to do is go ahead and get the measurements for this. I have not measured this, and I probably should have. Basically, what I'm going to want to be covering is just where the fold and for this white part. That's all I want to cover on this one. So let's see. That is going to be about 3 3/8 by 5 and a half. A little bit less than 5 and a half. So let's pull this out. Again, I got up and got all of these things and didn't bring my glasses. And let's see, get that dusted off. That's been down there on the floor, so my cat has been around that. I hope you guys are doing great. It is still Thursday. I'm trying to get a couple done today and see if I can't get those out this week. Okay, so we said 3 3/4. I don't know if I'm going to use this cutter or this other one. That might be a little bit easier for me to see without my glasses. So let's just switch that one out for that. I happen to have them both in my area today, and so it was what, 5, a little bit less than 5 and a half by 3 3/8. So let's see if we can't figure out how to cut that. Okay, so we got 3 and a half. That's 3 3/8. If it's a little bit bigger or lower, it's not going to be the end of the world. This is a personal project, and I'm just going to be basically just jazzing this up. Okay, and so that was a little less than 5 and a half, I think. So let's go ahead and get this first cut and see how that looks. That is a little bit more than I need this way. So let's see, what is it this way? I've got this one at 3 3/8. No, that's not right. 1, 2, 3/4. I got this at 3 3/4. Okay, 3 3/4. So I wanted a little bit less than that. So let's just shave a little bit off of here. This way. So let's see. Let's measure this again. Again, guys, I don't have my glasses on. Okay. And actually that was a little bit before. It was actually 3.5. I don't know what in the world I'm doing. So it's a little less than 3.5 is what I'm going for. So let's start it out at 3.5. So we're going to do right there. And watch me muck this up. Okay. It was a little less than 3.5. All right. Now let's try it again. To me, that's fine. That's perfect. I don't care. That is going to be it for me. And I think we can get this one the same. Let's see, how far did I have this one in? This was roughly, okay. So let's get this one. And whatever, if you decide to do this, whatever journal or little, whatever you're using, you can measure it for your own perfection. And I am going to go and cut this. Now we should be good. we can start. We can get this out of the way. All of these little pieces here out of the way. And that's that. If you happen to find these little ones, they're by Jot. And it's the 2025 planner agenda. It's got the weekly page format. So we can go ahead and pull that off really quick. I like that it's easy peel and it doesn't like tear the back or anything, which is great for that. Throw that to the side. And we are just gonna, I'm gonna do a little inking on mine. Of course, this is optional. I could actually round the corners too, just to make it kind of cute, but I'm not gonna do all of that. I did want to ink it. Now, this is a little thick, so I'm hoping that my, what is this, this crocodile or whatever this is, I'm hoping that it's able to go through this thickness. If not, I might have to do something else with that. And actually, my crocodile might be a little bit too big for the brad, so I might have to punch that through with something else anyway. Okay, anyway, so we got that inked up. That's going to be our interior. This is going to be going on the front, so let's go ahead and ink that up as well, because we're going to put this down before we put the inside pages down, because we want this to be covered. We do want to have a little inking to that. It doesn't matter if you ink the ends, because that's going to be hidden. And I'm going to throw a little ink on this just to kind of define it a little bit. That's my personal preference. You don't have to do that. Okay. But I think these are really cute, and you could, if you wanted to, like, if you were looking for craft ideas, things to sell at like your market or whatever, you could literally add some fabric, or you could actually just leave it as it is and just add this little bit of touch, and then, you know, put a little price tag on it and be good. Okay, so the technique that she did, she was doing a closure, which this one really doesn't need a closure because I'm not going to be adding anything into it. But I wanted to try the little technique that she did, so I'm going to do it. Okay, so I am going to use this gold right here that I used in the last video. And I'm going to give myself enough to wrap around a little bit. Because if I can't get my hole punch to go through this, then I am just going to end up gluing a button here or something like that, and then still using it to wrap around. Okay, so with this, what she did, straighten that out just a little bit. She made a glue line. She decided where she wanted her closure to be. I'm just gonna, actually I think I should have cut this back portion a little bit longer, but it's gonna be okay. Okay. She had a little bit of extra glue here. And what she did was she took some masking tape. I do not have masking tape, but I do have this. And that needs to be cut down just a bit to fit into there. And she just covered it like this. I still need to cut a bit of that off. If I need to, I will go back and cut a bigger piece of paper for this one at the back. And so we're just going to smooth that down to where it's even, or as flat as possible. Okay, because we want that to be as flat as it can be when we get ready to cover it with our paper. And let's see what this looks like. Actually, I think that will be just fine. So I'm going to go ahead and cover. Did I want this? Which side did I want? Actually, I think I wanted this side showing. Or did I want that? I think I wanted this side. So let's just go ahead and ink that really quick. So indecisive. My middle name should be Indecisive. Okay. And we're going to just go ahead and glue that down. Make sure we get that as flush as possible around here. Especially around the area where it's supposed to be holding that in place. Burnish that really good. Got gluey hands, glue ink hands. Okay. And the easy part about this is if you want, like I said, if you wanted to do these and jazz these up to sale, the journal is already, or it's already made for you. So basically you're just adding the little extra touches. Okay, so now we're going to make sure, before I cover any paper on the inside, I want to make sure I'm going to be able to get that. But first I got to put a hole, get a little hole, not a little hole, a little circle. And we're going to flip it over. I could have taken that out of the other little one. I was not thinking about it. So we kind of want, let me see, what did she do? Okay, she put a little button here, but we are going to poke a little hole through here, just so we can kind of know where the middle is, and have it here as well. And guys, I don't have my glasses on, but I'm just gonna guess that the middle is roughly there. Oh, we're gonna guess. We're guessing. Okay, now let's see if we can't get a hole to punch right here. Wish me luck, guys. Yay, we did it. All right. So now that we got that there, I can go ahead and cover the inside, because then I'll just go back and poke that up. But before I do that, I know that I want this to come over. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue this. Go ahead and glue this whole piece, because we're going to be flipping it onto the inside and gluing the rest there. And she had did something similar to this too, but she was using like mesh lace. I had thought about using mesh lace. I don't know if I will still or not, but I didn't want mine to be too, you know, I may, since I've got this this tape here. I mean, we'll see how it looks. I've already got it cut to size, so if it looks good, we'll go ahead and do it. Okay, so I'm going to center this here on my top. Okay, make sure we got that flat. And then we're just going to bring it in and glue it in like that. Okay. Making sure you got it flush and everything. Okay. Now, let's see, do we want to add that? I mean, it would give it an extra air of something. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm not going to bother gluing the top, because this will get glue on the back of it, so it will stick whatever is left. But I am going to use a piece of this packing tape to get both ends down. Okay. And let's make sure we get this as flat as possible. Okay. You know, sometimes things don't go exactly as you want them, and we don't cry about it. We just keep pushing. Okay, so now we got that on there as flat as possible. The only thing I don't like about this mesh is that it is a little bit thick. So when we come with this next piece, we're going to have to tighten it. You know, we're going to have to pull it tight. You know what I mean? Okay. Okay. I may regret adding this. I just may regret that. And I got a cat hair here. This is what you get for having cats and crafting at the same time. Okay. So we got that down. And remember, guys, this is a personal item. Okay. So we got that down. And like I said, the reason I'm not gluing mine down is because this is going to glue most of it down. So that's going to hold it in place. But, you know, I think I do need to readjust this one maybe if it doesn't tear too much. And it is going to. So it is what it is. For this one, you guys do a little bit better than me when you do yours. Okay, so now we're going to make sure that the right side is inked on this one. Okay. And then we're going to just repeat that step of gluing this down. Make sure this is burnished. Make sure your edges are taped or glued as much as possible. I probably need a little more glue off in mine to compensate for this thick ribbon, which I am regretting my choice of adding. It's okay. Yeah, I think it's gonna be fine. We just gotta make sure that we get it all the way down as much as possible anyway. Okay, I think that's gonna do it. All right, so now we can move on. We gotta go back here and make sure we add our little hole all the way through now. Okay, and now we can add our little brad. I don't think I mentioned that you needed a brad, but you do. You know what? I was supposed to add this before I covered it, and that's okay. I didn't. We're going to pretend that I did it right, and then we're just going to go over it with another piece of, you know, paper. It's going to be fine. And I'm going to show you why. If I can find my hole punch. Here we go. I have no idea why I set the hole punch all the way behind myself. But here we go. It'll look like you meant to do it. Because that's exactly what I meant to do. I meant to do this. Right, guys? Yeah, I meant to do that. Okay, so now we're just going to cover over this. Actually, let me put a little more glue on that since we're gluing that to metal. Okay. See? You barely can tell. And now we are going to add our die cut. She was using these pretty little paper doilies that had like butterflies and birds on them. Oh, so pretty. I'll try to link her video if I can in the description so you guys can go check out. And I think she was telling what company that she got her little die cuts from. But let me tell you, they were so pretty. Okay. Now, because we're going through mesh lace, we got to make sure that we get this connected really well. I would sit a book on top of this until it was ready. Something heavy, you know, heavy and flat. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll sit that on there for a few minutes. And when I feel like it has completely dried, I will come back and we will look at the final result. Okay, guys, now that it's glued on here, I know I said the final result, but we've got one more thing to do before it is completely finished, and that is add our ribbon. And I brought this ribbon out, and I am going to pull out enough to make a nice bow with it. Give myself a little extra. You know, if I don't need it all, that'll be okay, because I can go back and use some of it for something else. But anyway, what I am going to be doing, when you open this up, there is a spine, but the spine is not glued all the way down. If you can see there, the spine is not completely glued all the way. So what I am going to do is thread my ribbon through that spine with the help of some of this wire. I can't even think, guys. Okay, let's see. So this is thin enough wire that we can just manipulate it to our will. So we're just going to, actually don't need that much. Okay, so we're gonna close this off here and just snip this little piece of wire. And what we're doing is we're basically going to drag our wire through, our thread through here. So I'm going to take that and twist it, and then I'm just going to feed this wire up through our spine, through that opening right there. And then just pull, hopefully be able to pull this right on through there. And it's not doing what I wanted to do, guys. I think maybe it's too thick. Let's try another way. Don't you fret, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. So instead of doing that, we're gonna just do this and just pull it like that. We're not gonna worry about twisting it or anything. And let's try that. Let's see. I underestimated the gap size in here. Now, now it just wants to show out. Okay. At first we had it Now, let's see. Okay, here we go. If I can just get it to act right. Okay. There we go. That's what I wanted to happen. Okay, so now that we have that through there like that, we are just going to tie this in the center. And literally, I could have just tied this in a knot here, because that's what we're going to do. We're just going to tie this in a knot as tight as possible. When you're tying knots, I really think you need 3 hands. And we literally could have just pulled this over from there and tied our closure like that. That would have been another way to make a closure. But instead, we've got this, and I don't know why in the heck I glued this over here. Lord have mercy. Oh my God, what in the world am I on? Like, I think I must be on another planet today. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. Whew. So we are now going to wrap this around here. Again, guys, this is my journal. It's my planner, so it'll be okay. And so we're just gonna make a bow here. You know, you can wrap this however you want to. If you want to bring it back up to the top, you can do that simply by wrapping it under here and bringing it back up here to the top and tying it through here. And bring that back up there like that. And it can be down like that, if you want it like that, or what I'm simply going to do as I stated, I'm basically just going to tie it here in a bow and call it a day. I'll probably end up, yeah, I think that looks cute. And if you want to, she added some beads to her end. I don't have any beads here with me. I don't believe. No, I don't have any beads nearby. And that's an optional step. It's not necessary. It's up to you. But she did add beads. And like I said, I will try to link her video in the description so you guys can go and see where I got the inspiration from. But anyway, that's this project. I think for a little $1.50 planner from the Dollar Tree, I think it's a nice little upgrade for it. And that way you can, you know, have your little cutesy and you can tailor it to your own style. But anyway, guys, I hope this video has been helpful to you. If you think that this is something that you can use or you will do in the future, or possibly take these and zhuzh them up and then sell these at a craft fair, that would be great too. If you think that you have found some value in this video, please give a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you're new to the channel and leave me a comment. Hit the notification bell and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!